my friends, Gary Girls, and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Hello, Danny Delgal, a poet, and Dimitri, who can't stay with us, unfortunately. But as I said, studies are way more important. So sorry that you're not here, but totally understand. Hello, everyone. Yes, welcome back to round 2 for today. The first Sunday of every month is kind of crazy. I was supposed to film Tuesday's video, but I'm going to have to film it tomorrow because I just haven't had the time. But we did indeed have a great write along. Yeah, we wrote some wild. Wrong chat is showing. Thank you, Genevieve. Yes, I'm all over the place. Genevieve, on it. Thank you. All the chat boxes are going to be wrong because I completely forgot to change them until I hit go live. But there we go. It's an easy fix. Thank you so much, Genevieve, for having my back there. There we go. What was I saying? Yeah. Hello. We did have a great write along. There were some wild poems written. Some fantastic lines were dropped. So, wow, Adam, you've moved up to 7740. We have. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for hitting that subscribe button. God, I'll get there in the end. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like. I see that everyone's hit that like button already, so I don't even have to prompt you for that one right now. But yeah, if you haven't hit that like button, please do, especially if you're watching playback. Hit that like button. It really, really helps. The channel is soaring, and it's down to you guys. So thank you so much. What have we got in store for us today? Well, we're going to talk about the revival of epic poetry. We've got a ton of breaking news. A huge thank you to our mods right off the bat. Thank you so much to our mods for finding so many headlines this evening from all over the world as well. So great job. Thank you so much. And then in part 2, we're going to talk about the senses. There's the first yawn of the stream. The senses. Thank you so much for those hearts in the chat. Let me return the love. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to talk about the senses. I know, right, Delgar? What did Delgar say? What would he do without you two, Genevieve and little Danny? I know. It would be chaotic. It would be chaotic. At least I'm not muted. As far as I know, I'm not muted yet. So we're going to talk about wakey wakey, Adam. I have so much coffee as well. I have so much coffee. Let's have some more. Yeah, and of course we're going to do our poetry challenge as well. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Hey, I'm here for the first time. Nishita, hello. Welcome to your first live stream. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. Let me just quickly go through everything, actually, because I keep forgetting to say it. So, welcome to Conversing with Poets, Nishita. It's so great to have you here. And for everyone else, just a quick reminder, these are conversing streams. The idea of these streams is to have a dialogue. So please do say hello in the chat. Do get involved in the discussion, because otherwise the stream doesn't move ahead. So don't be shy. We're all very friendly here. The 2 rules are: we don't discuss politics, which is, I know, very difficult at the moment. We don't discuss politics, and we don't discuss religion as well. Otherwise, I am more than happy for you to have a different opinion to me. That's what makes these things exciting. That's what makes the world exciting. But everyone just has to get their point across respectfully and maturely as well. Otherwise, it's just a great little Sunday hangout, depending on where you are in the world. I know some people watch from Australia, so it's Monday. It's late Monday morning in Australia already. So, yeah. What's that? Second or third? Second or third yawn of the stream already. You'll also get to know me, Nishita. I yawn a lot as well. How professional of me, right? I'll give it another couple more minutes, let other people drop in before we get started with the breaking news section. How has everyone's week been? How has everyone's weekend been? What have you guys been up to? Has anyone written any poetry this weekend? What's the crack, guys? What's going on in the world? Let me know. What have you been up to? And I think I actually need to change the text down below as well, because we have 2 new channel members. So thank you so much, Justin, and thank you so much, Justin and Kieran, for becoming channel members. I really, really, genuinely, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will have to change the surname afterwards if I've got this wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Edwards. There we go. So yeah, thank you so much for becoming channel members, guys. Yes, I helped a bit with a poem this afternoon. Yes, you did, Delgo. That's true. We all should have written. No, sorry. A lot of us here have written poetry this weekend because we just did a live stream about 3 hours ago. Uh, so yeah, cheers. All right, we'll move on to the breaking news in a moment. It's been good this week. Ah, that's so good to hear, Danny. That's so good to hear. I'm glad that you've had a good week. Work Monday to Wednesday, annual leave till the 17th. What? Annual leave till the 17th. Hello. Awesome. Uh, my birthday on Friday. Yes, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday to Danny. Everyone wish Danny a happy belated birthday in the chat, please. And the UK has been blessed with glorious weather. Yes, it has. It makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. I am conscious of our Canadian friends who were in Right Along who still have a lot of snow, so I apologize. But yeah, the weather here in the UK has been pretty glorious indeed. Well put. Well put indeed. All right, who wants to? I guess we'll move on to our breaking news sections. So I want you all to have your fake headlines, your fake news headlines at the ready, and we're going to move on to our breaking news section, where you guys can put in some fake news headlines. All right, breaking news. Breaking news. So, the poet who is turning rejection into art. This is great, guys. This is definitely something you should all pay close attention to. This is an article by Daisy Stevens for BBC News. Job hunting, dating, university applications. We've all experienced rejection in one form or another. But what if rejection didn't have to be a negative thing, but could also be the jumping off point for something more positive, like art? That's the attitude of poet Abby Arumbakum from Maidenhead, Berkshire, who has turned her swath of rejection emails into poetry, into blackout poems. Said the rejection hurt, but she wanted to give herself permission to have a laugh. Miss Arumbakum started collating rejection letters from jobs, funding bids, and commissions in 2013. I feel your pain. I feel the pain. By 2020, she had collected more than 150. You know, there's a mindset shift that comes with this. There's a Oh, hi, class. Hello, hello, hello. I got a Starfleet jacket and a pin for Purim. Nice. Oh, is that a breaking? Oh, these are headlines. Sorry, yeah. YouTuber reaches 100 yawns live on a 2-hour stream. That could be a record. We could go for the Guinness record of yawns on streams. That one's on you, Danny. That one was on you. You encouraged that. Guess what? We still don't have the chat box. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a long stream, guys. This is going to be a long stream. Adam Gary, sort yourself out. Sort yourself out. All right. Sorry, guys. I messed that up. I messed that up. Anyway, let's go back to the rejection. Uh, there is a set shift that is really great if you can find yourself if you can get yourself into this, it's really, really great. When you're applying for grants, when you're applying for publication, when you're applying for agents, representation, whatever it may be, something that rejection plays a big role in, uh, the mindset should be, how many rejection letters can you collect in a year? I know that sounds wild, and that's kind of what this poet has done. Um, but that's the mindset you kind of have to shift to. The game is to collect rejection letters, not acceptance letters. It sounds wild, I know, but there is a lot of rejection involved in what we do. There is a lot of rejection involved in all artist's life, whether you're a poet, a painter, a photographer, whatever it may be. If what you do relies on acceptance, or relies on, submitting and submitting and submitting, then it's probably best to try and adopt a mindset of how many rejection letters can you collect, uh, as a coping mechanism. Otherwise, it gets tough. Trust me, talking from experience, it gets tough. I keep getting funding grants rejected at the moment, but you got to just keep going with it. You got to make the changes and resubmit and do whatever, because it's a lot. It's competitive. It's competitive. So, um, she said, going back to the article, she said she hoped the exhibition provided people with a lighter way of viewing rejection. There's so much emphasis on being perfect and right, we only see the end product. So, yeah, I'll leave you to read the rest of the article on that one. But it's very interesting, and it's very cool that they've did we get the link in the chat? Yeah, we did. Thanks, Danny. It's very interesting to see how they've turned rejection into art. So, hi, Justin. Hi, Dazzle. Oh, hi, Justin. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, Dazzle. Welcome back. Welcome to the stream. Hello, class. I can't remember if I said hello, class, but if I haven't, hello. Creating graceful resilience. I love that class. Spot on. Spot on indeed. Okay, our next piece of news is Iranian Canadian poet Banu, I hope I'm saying that right. Banu Zan wins 2025 Freedom to Read Award. The annual award recognizes work that is passionately supportive of the freedom to read. Poet Banu Zan has won the 2025 Freedom to Read Award presented by the Writers' Union of Canada. The annual award recognizes work that is passionately supportive of the freedom to read. Zan is a self-exiled Iranian-Canadian poet, translator and essayist whose work focuses on feminist themes and the injustices of the cleric-led regime in Iran. Uh, in 2010, because poetry still makes a difference, Zan was nominated for the Freedom to Read Award by another Canadian author. Banu Zan has demonstrated her commitment to enriching the lives of others and the communities in which they live by creating brave spaces for freedom of expression. Again, if you're interested, I will let you read the full article. The link should be in the chat, which it is. Thank you so much. Isn't there someone tries or suggests one tries to get 100 no's because it means you are trying? Yes. I mean, I don't know for sure. I've not heard that before, but yeah, I completely agree with that. You should try and get 100 no's because it means you're trying. Yeah. There you go, class. There's some Canadian representation for you. So yeah, there you go. Excellent. All right. Our next piece of breaking news is Van Mali Kata Samai and Vishnu Kar Poetry Awards ignite a celebration of literary brilliance. Celebrating the rich tapestry of literature and art, Van Mali Krianpeeth proudly inaugurated the 3-day Van Mali Kata Samai and National Vishnu Kar Care Poetry Awards ceremony at Rabindranath Tagore University. This vibrant event brought together esteemed literary figures, scholars, and passionate storytellers to honor exceptional contributions to the literary world. I don't know if you can hear that alarm going off. Probably not. But there's an alarm going off in the background. The ceremony included an engaging session with prominent speakers such as senior storyteller Mamta Kalia, Vanmali Kata magazine's chief editor Mukesh Verma, Tadbav magazine's editor Akhilesh, and writer Omar Sharma. They explored the landscape of contemporary literary journalism and Vanmali Kata, discussing the evolving dynamics of literary publications. Awesome. So, again, I'll let you read the rest of that article if you wish. Let me just catch up on chat. Poetry Awards Ignite. Thank you very much, Danny. Hi, Justin. Hi, Dazzle. And then our final piece of news is a rare copy of famous Shakespeare love poem has been found. A rare handwritten copy of one of the most famous love poems ever written has been discovered after hundreds of years. Dr. Leah Veronice uncovered the version of William Shakespeare's Sonnet 116, tucked away in a 17th century poetry collection at the University of Oxford. Can you imagine? The manuscript was found among the papers of Elias Ashmole, founder of Oxford's Ashmolean Museum. It said it's an exciting discovery. As I was leafing through the manuscript, the poem struck me as an odd version of Sonnet 116. Was described as not inaccurately as on constancy in love. Awesome. Imagine being that poet that discovers all of that. Fantastic. Great. Okay. Well, that's our breaking news for tonight.
Wow.
Wow. A true international news section, which is great, which is something I've always wanted, because usually it's just UK news. But we've had news from Canada, Asia, the UK. So yeah, awesome job. Thank you again, Mods, for finding that. That is marvelous. So here we go. Our first topic for this evening is the revival of epic poetry. I'm not sure if we've spoken about this before. I feel like it's getting harder and harder to find new topics to discuss, so I apologize, guys, but I wanted to talk about the revival of epic poetry and the revival of poetry in general. Excuse me, not the revival of poetry in general, because we definitely have discussed that. But I want to talk about how the form of poetry is coming back around, and I do feel like we might have spoken about this before, but what goes around comes around. Same with fashion. The fact that 90s fashion, I'm seeing 90s fashion around is kind of wild to me. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of wild to me. And yeah, why? I don't know. I throw it to you guys. Why do you think that the crafted form of poetry is being revived, is coming back around? What do you guys think? And do we think it's a good thing? Do we necessarily think it's a good thing? Because poetry has had a revival in general, and I think it's because it is in part thanks to um, the accessibility and the way in which modern poetry is written. It's very straight to the point, and I think that has brought in a lot of people to the form. So, is the fact that poetry form, has brought them back to the art? Is the fact that form making a revival, are we scared about that? Is that going to scare people away from poetry, where before it's been so inviting? I don't know. You guys tell me. As I say, these streams are purely discussion, and I want to know what you guys think and what you guys bring to the table. Personally, I think it's a case of a lot of people have been introduced to poetry for the last. I mean, Insta poetry has been around a long time now. It's not necessarily a new thing. And I think the people that came to poetry through that, say 7 years ago, have now spent 7 years with it. And so I think now that there are that group of people are now starting to wonder about how they can develop their poetry and develop their craft. And I think that's why we're starting to see um, a revival of old style poetry, epic poetry, romantic, not necessarily romantic poetry, but the style of the romantics. Um, so I think that it's just sort of catching up now. The trend is sort of catching up, and people are starting to dip or dive deeper into the waters of poetry rather than just tipping their toes, if that makes sense. I think there's probably a place for both rather than putting one necessarily above the other. Yeah, and there will always be new people come into poetry who are dipping their toes into more modern poetry. And so I think we're just at that point now where the masses who got into poetry for the first time 7, 8 years ago because of uh, social media poetry, if you like, um, they are now looking to develop a bit more. But there will always be the new people coming in, dipping their toes. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that makes sense. Hello, Syed. Hello, Syed. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. How are you? We're just discussing the revival of epic poetry. Talking about epic poetry, I said this in a live stream because something reminded me of it. I can't remember what it was though. But this week I've been looking at a poem called The Gratifications Gratifications for the Daily Gratifications for the Survivors of Daily Damnations. How's that for an epic title? It's definitely easier to feel you're writing poetry if you use form. When I started writing, all I wrote was doggerel, but it usually had rhyme and or meter. Probably isn't this though. This might help you guys. Looking at epic poetry through 21st century eyes. Yeah, I didn't realize that's actually behind a paywall, so I apologize for providing a link behind a paywall. Um, my bad. Yes, a poet. I always started out, I never wrote in form, but I did always try and write in rhyme and meter. I was the same. And then as I developed, I started looking at form more and more and more until now I'm really in like, I'm really keen and interested in poetry forms and writing in forms and discovering new ones and stuff, which is why every Sunday I do how to write a poetry form in 60 seconds, because I find it fascinating at the moment and I want to share that with you. I personally like old styled poetry in my native language compared to newer ones. Nice. Do you have any favorites, Syed? You can share with us, maybe? Let us know the name of the poem and the poet, maybe. Um, but yeah, I just think it's a case of things catching up and people looking to swim deeper in the depths of poetry. But as Genevieve says, there's always going to be room for both, and definitely one not above the other for sure. And the reverse is always true. People might get into poetry for the form, because they love the form, they love the strictness of it, they love the restriction, and then suddenly they spend years on that. And then suddenly their tastes change and they go to free verse and they go to things that are more relaxed. Tastes always change, and that's okay, and that's just the natural cycle. No doubt I'll get bored of form soon, and then I'll go back to free verse and quick firing stuff. I'm not that much into poetry yet, but epic poetry is like Shahnameh by Ferdowsi. Thank you, Syed. I'll look that up. Free verse feels easier and form more challenging, so form and structure feel better. See, yeah, that's the thing. The funny thing is, a poet. I do poetry workshops every weekday, and I've suddenly realized in the last 7 months or so, working with so many different people and different styles, that the reverse can actually be true as well. So sometimes when I set prompts, people don't like the prompts. They want to be be able to do whatever they want. But I have actually been asked now to always provide an optional prompt because some people like the prompt. Some people spring forward, dive off. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but some people, they want that prompt, they want that restriction, they want that guide, I guess. I feel like it could bring new poets in as like you said, fashion does, a circle and poetry form, free verse, etc. come back round. It could attract more people. Potentially. Excuse me, sorry. I suck at free verse. I'm sure you don't, Justin. In high school, all my poems rhymed. In college, I wasn't allowed to. Go figure. There you go, you see. It's all a balance. Let's get into philosophy. It's all a balance. It's all yin and yang. Uh, but I like reading it. Yeah, yeah. I struggle writing anything at the minute. Having a poetry drought at the minute. But yeah, I don't know how I would tackle a free verse now. It's interesting, isn't it? I'm so like locked in with form and stuff. I don't know how I would tackle free verse. Excuse me, so sorry. Jeez. Sounds like you should try one again then. Yeah. And that's always my advice to people as well. Like whenever someone says, "Oh, I'm struggling with this," or "I don't know what to do," the best advice I can give, I think, I say best advice, the advice that I give is just do it. Even if you're not feeling it, even if you don't know how to do it, just do it. Just make a start, and then hopefully it snowballs. And if it doesn't, at least you've made a start, because the blank page will always be the poet's biggest enemy. The blank page the is the boss. Once you've defeated the boss, it gets easier from there. You can roll with it, right? I feel like free verse today is just too liberal and needs some sort of structure. Interesting. Another thing that free verse is great with, everyone's different, right? Everyone's process is different, and that's amazing. That's so great because it's what makes things interesting. Sometimes free verse is great if you're struggling. Just write, just write it, and then you can carve at it. Then you can carve it into a poem, like sculpture, right? You get this big slab of marble or this big slab of stone, whatever it is, and the sculptor has to, uh, sculpt, has to, work at it bit by bit. So that's another process. Maybe if you're looking to get into form, but you're a free verse writer, write in free verse and then look at how you can sculpt it into a form. Like, I don't know. Everyone has, gosh, I'm so sorry. Everyone has different ways of working, and that's great. And that's great. Has anyone actually, has anyone here written an epic? Has anyone here written an epic? I'm curious to know. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. It's completely free, it takes only a few seconds, but it does genuinely really help me. Or has anyone considered writing an epic? Has anyone started planning an epic? I wrote an epic limerick. I like that. I wrote an epic limerick. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. I've just had a big old mug of coffee as well. I should not be yawning right now. It's hay fever season as well. Sorry, quick, quick segue. It's hay fever season as well, and it's when I breathe in, I get a bit of a sore. I don't know how to explain it. It's not sore, but it feels like I've just drunk Tabasco sauce. But that I think is the pollen. Well, on your way to the 100 yawns goal. Yeah, what are we on now? What are we on? I need to set that as a moderator duty. Yawn counter. Yawn counter. No, I don't know if I could ever sit down and write an epic. I don't know if that appeals to me. I don't know if that appeals to me, but who knows? As I say, tastes change and styles change for sure. Maybe one day I'll sit down and write an epic. I'm sleepy all day, every day. Oh, you okay? We're kindred spirits then, Syed. I hope I'm saying your name right, by the way. Sorry if I'm not. Syed? Syed? What is an epic? An epic is like a super long poem. I think that I think the Iliad is classed as an epic poem. One summer I decided I would write an epic. Did not happen. Also, I had an idea some time ago to write a long poem to we must be approaching 100 to Prokofiev Violin Concerto Number 1. Started but haven't got very far. That's impressive, a poet. That is very impressive. Ocean is good too. An epic is like a big tale. Actually, I think Beowulf is classed as an epic poem. I think I could be totally wrong there. Really? Is it? Let's have a look. Epic poem by Virgil, Homer. Yeah, there you go. They're old. They are old forms. Gilgamesh, Epic of Gilgamesh. Of course, that's probably the most famous one. Homer, the Iliad. Yep, there you go. The Odyssey. Yep. Uh, the Argonaut. Or Argonautica? The Argonautica? The Ionide. Beowulf. Yep. The Divine Comedy. Edmund Spenser, The Fairy Queen. Paradise Lost, John Milton. That's another famous one. The Cantos by Ezra Pound. That's another famous one. So there you go. There's a few examples. It is. How many lines is it usually? It's almost, you can say, how many lines is it usually? Oh, I think it's like a book, basically a whole book. I read both the Iliad and the Odyssey as graphic novels. Don't have the concentration to read the originals, right? Oh, thank you so much, Genevieve. Dante, yes. Alighieri. Have you heard of iambic pentameter? Yes. And dactylic hexameter? No. They're, oh, they're epic. I'm a bit slow on that one, a poet. I'm sure I'm missing something there. Have you heard of iambic pentameter and dactylic hexameter? No? Oh, they're epic. That's a joke I made up. Right, okay, fair enough. My bad. Sorry. Sorry to ruin it for you. My bad, my bad. Shahnameh has between 50,000 to 61,000 lines. I would say that's an epic for sure. That is an epic for sure. I wonder what my longest poem is. I'm gonna have to go back through everything and count the lines. I did write a poem in 3 parts, but I think they would be 4 pages the most. The most. I don't know how many lines that is, but I think that's my longest poem. Though the dactylic was used with quantitative verse in Greek and Latin. Oh, okay, I see. Those are both meters used for epics. I got you. I mean, I think you can comfortably say that iambic pentameter is just is just the meter, isn't it? I mean, iambic pops up everywhere. And that's I don't mean to sound like ugh, because I like iambic, but I think it's I confidently say that that is the meter. That's like the boss of all meters. I just got done with a 300-word poem for a prompt for school today. That is awesome. That's my longest. That is awesome. 300-word poem. Awesome. Well done, Justin. It took him 30 years to finish it. I bet. I bet. Gosh, I can't imagine myself working on one poem for 30 years. Wow. That is like commitment. That takes commitment. By the way, if you're watching and you haven't already, please do hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. We got 15 people watching, but only 11 likes. I say only 11 likes. That's pretty good, but yeah, there's definitely some people watching that hasn't hit that like button. So please, I would really appreciate it. If you could spare a like, do hit that like button. We're just currently discussing the revival of epics and really just the revival of poetic form and writing in poetic form. There you go. Just like Nightbot said, don't forget to hit that like button, poets. And I see someone did, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. Has anyone heard of the bop? If you've, eh, I'm testing you guys now. I'm testing to see who keeps an eye on my channel. Has anyone heard of the bop? I did a YouTube short today on how to write a bop poem, which I just love. I just love that they're called the bop. Isn't that also a dance, the bop? That makes me feel better. I've been working on a letter for almost 2 weeks. I hope to finish it this evening. I love that you letter write class. I would love you guys to write me letters, by the way. It's one of my favorite things to do. I like to sit down by candlelight. I have a wax seal and everything. I think I even have my PO box in the description of this stream. So check it out and make a note of it. And please do write me letters. I'd love to read them. I haven't looked at your short yet, but I'm planning to. No worries, no worries. I was just joking. I was just making light. Yeah, there's a poetry form called the bop. I did a short on it today. It is 3 stanzas. The first stanza is 6 lines, the second stanza is 8 lines, and the third stanza is 6 lines. And between each stanza, there is a refrain as well. And if you don't know what a refrain is in poetics, it's literally a repeated line. So you just copy and paste. They are called the bops. In the first stanza, you present a problem. In the second stanza, you develop and explore that problem a bit more. And in the third stanza, you either solve the problem or you document the failings of solving the problem. Thank you so much for those hearts. I appreciate it. From now on, it's my rule. Whenever you send me hearts, I will send them right back. And yes, thank you so much for that, Danny. That's my PO box. So do send me letters. I would love to receive letters from you. And I will reply as well. If you leave a return address, I will reply. I will handwrite a letter reply. Now I just want to write one with the refrain, bippity boppity boo, because that got stuck in my head when you said bop. I mean, do it, and share it on the Cove. Share it on the Cove. By the way, I'm going to make those Cove hangouts a weekly thing starting from next weekend. Every Saturday we're going to hang out. I'll leave the link in the Cove forum meetup section. And let's just hang out every Saturday because I really enjoyed that last time. But yeah, I want to bop with the refrain bippity boppity boo. And I'm not joking. I challenge you, Genevieve. If you can find the time, if you can find the time, I want a bop about bippity boppity boo. Cyndi Lauper, she bop. She bop. Oh, thank you so much, Danny. How amazing are these mods? How amazing are these mods? Bippity boppity boo. Is that Bedknobs and Broomsticks with Angela Lansbury? I saw her in conversation once at the Royal Theatre Haymarket. I think it is Theatre Royal Haymarket, Royal Theatre Haymarket. Ah, what a great lady. Cinderella? Oh, well, I'm way off then. I'm way off. I'm thinking of the what's that one? What's that Disney film with Angela Lansbury? Bedknobs and Broomsticks, is it? Where they're on the oh, is it? We're bopping along the grimy sea. Oh, I don't know. I'm way off then. I didn't realize it was Cinderella. Everyone, forget what I just said. I completely embarrassed myself. My Disney knowledge is not what it should be. My bad. My bad. After our conversation as well about Hercules, I thought I was up on all of this. Yes, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. My bad. I'm thinking about the bit where they're along the ocean floor and they're flying on a bed or something. Angela Lansbury is in Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Okay. I just got the song wrong. My bad. Oh dear. I mostly write Gothic style poetry. So that's really cool, Nishita. That's really cool. Handsome. Bop. Bop. Yes. We started out talking about epic poetry and now we're talking about bops. As you do. As you do. Yeah, I actually don't know why they are called bops. So maybe someone else knows. Maybe someone can tell me. I don't know why they're called bops. It's an interesting name, isn't it? It's a interesting name for a poetry form. Bop. I also kind of like saying it. Bop. Bop. Someone's going to come along and invent the pob, which will be three stanzas of uh 868 or something. The pob and the bop. Anyone joining the stream right now wondering what is going on? Uh I don't know either. We're talking about bops. We've sort of discussed the revival of epic poetry and the revival of form and stuff like that. And I think it's because we're about 7, 8 years into the revival of poetry in general. And I think the people who started dipping their toes in about 8 years ago are now looking to dive a bit further into poetics and go the next step, and that big surge of people that joined us 8 years ago and poetry book sales were up. um I think now they're sort of looking to develop a bit more. So it's going off in that direction, but there will always be people dipping their toes into poetry, so I think it's all just great. I have to write a sonnet for my 21 days of style. If you have any tips, a sonnet? What kind of sonnet? A Shakespearean sonnet? A Petrarchan sonnet? Hello, Ken. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, just tuned in. I will keep listening while I am working in my shop installing beautiful bird silhouettes. Ah, lovely. Nice. That's great. That's really great. Hello, Ken. Welcome. Yeah, we're just talking about the revival of poetry forms, really, and bops, because I did a short today about both. Okay, any tips? Any tips? Oh my goodness. Uh, no. No. Any tips for a Petrarchan sonnet or a Shakespeare sonnet, I guess I don't know. I can't really give you tip on how to write a poem other than I can tell you how to write them, but I don't know if I can give a tip on writing poems. Other than for me, when I'm writing sonnets, I think I've said this on the channel before. When I'm writing sonnets, I put on Tudor music, Elizabethan music, and try and channel that. But otherwise, just same tips for all poetry writing. You know, be honest, be raw, be truthful, um, write from the heart. As cliche as it is, you know, it's cliche for a reason because it's true. It's what matters. Um, I found I don't like to use form poetry using rhyme. Interesting. Last time I wrote a rondo that replaced the rhyme scheme with a last word. Where's it gone? Last word alliteration scheme. Okay, not into rhyme really. Too hard. Little payoff. Interesting. Interesting. I have to admit, I love a poem that rhymes. Um, but we're all different, right? And we all find things, some things we enjoy that others don't, and vice versa. Tip: think about formatting your poem into the forms sections like the octave and sestet. Yes. Yeah, if you want like uh technical tips, but tips on writing is always difficult, and the advice is always the same, but only because it's true. To just be honest, be open, don't panic. The minute we start panicking in our writing is when the sort of I've been using this analogy so much this week. I don't know why and where it's come from, but a mentor always told me as the creative vessel. It was for my acting days. It wasn't for my poetry days, but it I think it applies to all forms, particularly ones that come from within anyway. So poetry, acting. But I don't see why it doesn't apply to all art forms and practices. Think of yourself as a radiator, or think of yourself as plumbing. And bear with me. Radiators, every now and then you need to bleed radiators, right? Every now and then you need to run the tap and get all the dirty water out, get all the gunk out for the good stuff to come through. And I've sort of hung on to that analogy my entire since I've learnt it my entire, you know, for the last 10 years or so now, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. My sense of time is whack since COVID. But for certainly for a while, that's how I view the creative process now. Sometimes you just got to bleed the radiator. Sometimes you just got to clear the pipes. You just got to write and get all the bad stuff out for the good stuff to come through. Why did I even say that? I don't know. Oh, because we're talking about tips and advice on the actual act of writing, which is always so difficult. There are suggested places in sonnet forms to have voltas, shifts. Yeah, I believe. Is it the seventh line in a Shakespearean sonnet? Don't quote me on that, though. I believe it's the seventh line in a Shakespearean sonnet. So think about how your poem content will turn and develop with the voltas and stanzas. There you go. Nice work, a poet. Excellent. I should give the mic to you. Here you go. Thank you, a poet. I appreciate it. And I'm sure that Justin does too. I need to have a shave. I need to get myself under control. Getting bushy. All right, let's take a 5 minute break. Let's break for part one. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, hit that like button. I do really, really genuinely appreciate it. We're going to take 5 minutes. We're going to take a 5 minute break, and then when we come back, we are going into part two, and we're going to talk about poetry and the senses. But before we go, we got two things. There's two things. First off, because they don't get it enough, and that's my fault. That's my fault. Once again, can we please just flood the chat with some hearts and some love for the mods? What a great job they do. They do a lot of work behind the scenes. They are on point with our links and stuff like that, especially when I start riffing and going off script and start mentioning things like, for example, my mailing address and stuff. There they are in the chat with the link. I liked it an hour before it even started. Thank you, class. Bless you. Thank you so much. So, yeah, can we please say a big thank you to our amazing mods who are always in the background, making sure that everything is going smoothly, everyone is nice and safe, and just providing lots of links. So, lots and lots of thank yous. There you go. Absolute legends. Yes, they are, Mitchell. Thank you so much. Was that the fun time change problem, or were you just really excited? Um, let's go with really excited. Mm. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, they deserve it. The mods are amazing and we love you guys. So we want you to know that we appreciate you. The second thing before we go, we have the poetry challenge. So we're going to have 5 minutes. You're going to have 5 minutes to write a poem based on the prompt gratitude, and the winner will get a month bronze membership at the Poetry Cove completely free. So and we're also, as I say, we're going to start doing those Poetry Cove hangouts every Saturday. So if you want to be part of that, you got to be in it to win it. So let's take 5 minutes to grab a coffee. Channel members, you now have the brand new coffee, running for coffee emoji if you want to use that to let us know you're going to get a coffee. Otherwise, I'll see you in 5. Stream Deck stopped working for a little bit. I was pressing the button and it wasn't changing back. So hello everybody. I will give it a few more minutes to make sure that everyone is back. If you are back and you have a channel membership, let me know by using the little running with coffee emoji, I guess. Hi Mitchell Malone, welcome back. Welcome to the second stream of the day. Uh, I saw your name as I went out to go and get some squash, and I realized I think we've done senses before on the stream as well. So I am not doing well this evening. I'm not doing well. But I wrote a haiku. Nice one, class. Nice. Hold on to it just for a second. I will start asking for poems for the challenge in just a moment. So don't share it just yet, class. I will wait for everyone to get back, and then I will ask for the poems from the challenge. But yeah, let me know if you're back from the break. Let me know if you've got your refreshment. Obviously, I know that you're back, class, and I'm glad that you are. Uh, but yeah, I'll give it a couple more minutes just for everyone to get back, or just to finish up their poem. Maybe people are still, they've still got their heads down writing their poem. Oh, I need to talk about back. I need to crack my back. Whoops. Sorry, Genevieve. I keep getting WhatsApp notifications as well, which is what's catching my eye. So wait, what? I keep getting WhatsApp notifications. Nice. Danny is back. Welcome back, Danny. Oh, now I'm making a habit of keep looking. All right, so we got a poetry challenge. The prompt was gratitude. Did I even tell you what the prompt was? Oh my goodness, guys. Did I even tell you what the prompt was? Did I mention that the prompt was gratitude? I can't even remember now. If I didn't, we'll have to just scrap the prompt, I guess. Last time we did this, the poems were so good. Yes, you did. Okay, you did. Okay, good. I had a little panic attack then. Last time the poems were so good, it was very difficult to choose a winner. Hi, Tanya. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm running late. Slow today. The spring ahead hour does me in. Also, I was up way too late last night watching television. Fair enough. I think it was 2 a.m. when we went to bed. Oh my goodness. You stayed up late. I don't remember the last time I was up till 2 a.m. Tanya! Hello! Hi, Mitch. Hi, Tanya. All right. Still here, John. Excellent. Good to know John is still here. I'll give it another minute or so, and then I'll start asking for the challenge poems to come in. I just don't sleep. Well, that's one way. That's one way of avoiding waking up late, is just don't go to sleep, I guess. That's one way of doing it. Hello. Hello, hello. Well met, poets. Well met. Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania. All right. I guess let's start getting the poetry challenge poems into the chat then. So if you've written a poem during the break on gratitude, throw it in the chat box now. No, I meant overall. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get that. Just don't sleep. I just don't sleep. That's one way of getting around things. Just don't go to sleep. So if you've written a poem during the break for the poetry challenge, throw it in the chat box now, and I will try and find a winner. You guys made it so difficult for me last time round. It was very difficult to find a winner. Louis the doggo is still on full back time. Had me up at 6. Oh dear. Dogs are routinal, if that's a word, routinal. I think that's a word. Dogs know their routines and they know their times. Harry is crazy accurate with his times. Poetry challenge prompt, gratitude, if you want to write a poem super quickly. Thank you, Genevieve. All right, a poem. You don't value life until you almost lose yours. Then open your eyes to the world, knowing none owe you, to give you another day. Thank you, a poet. I'm working on another version of my poem, but it might be really triggering. Let's try to avoid triggering poems. A poet. Um, but thank you so much for submitting it, and I appreciate that, and I will take your poem that you've just submitted into consideration for sure. And I'm glad that you're doing well. Well, I say that you're doing well. I don't know, but I'm glad that you're talking to someone, a poet. And I can say that because obviously a poet left a comment on one of my videos. If you haven't seen, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just digging a hole now, aren't I? I'm just digging a hole. I don't have a poem from you, Justin. I don't see a poem from Justin. Oh my goodness, I sounded like Chewbacca. No, I can't recreate it. I don't have a poem from Justin. I can't see a poem from Justin. Can anyone see a poem? I'm in top chat again and not live chat. Hang on. Let me go to live chat. I still don't see Justin's poem. No poem from Justin for me. No, me neither. Are you sure you sent it, Justin? I can't see anything. Sorry, Justin. Yeah, we don't have anything from you, Justin. I don't know why the default is top chat for this YouTube thing. This is why I miss messages, because I go into top chat and I never change it. I'll do it again. It's in my chat. Me either. That was only when Nightbot was choosing, by the way. I haven't said this because I just figured, it is what it is. But you don't actually need to. Justin is going to kill me for saying this because he's just typing it all out again. But you don't actually need to put poem colon now. That was only for Nightbot to register your entry. But now there's an actual prize, which is a free bronze membership to the Cove. Now there's an actual prize. I am judging. So you don't actually have to do that. Justin is screaming at me right now for saying that after he's just typed it all out with poet colon in. It's all right, Adam. I'm doing better the past couple days. Nessie came back earlier in the week, though. Reference, not explaining it. We're all behind you, a poet. We're all behind you, I promise. Hello, Adam and all poets. Hello, Mythical Meter is in the house. We're just wrapping up our poetry challenge. The prompt was gratitude. So far, I have. Wait, I think I've only got one poem, right? Class, did you put your haiku in the chat? Uh, Actually, maybe having poem after saying all of that, I think maybe having poem in big capital letters is helpful because it makes it easier to scan the chat. So far, I only have one poem for the challenge from a poet. I will give it another couple more minutes. I will give it another couple more minutes. Thank you so much for those hearts. As always, not as always, but my new thing is I'm going to return it. Every time I get a heart, I'm going to return it. IMM. Poem, there we go. Timeless gratitude caresses my speech. I knew birds blooming daisies. Birds blooming daisies. Nice. Thank you so much, class. Sorry, I'm getting notifications. And I'm also making the mods nervous because I keep looking at mod chat. But it's because I keep getting notifications dropping down and I can see it in my peripheral. All right, I give it until 2007 or sorry, it is 2007. I give it until 2008. I'll give it one more minute. There we go. Wow, mythical meter came straight in. Look at that. The sun dancing with meddling clouds warms my face with eyes closed. Thankful for our star to shine. Grateful for the path today we chose. Nice. Thank you so much, mythical meter. All right, I'm holding on and holding on and holding on for Justin's poem to come in because I know Justin is working on something right now. That would be cruel. That would be absolutely cruel. So I will hold on. I will hold on for Justin to submit his poem because that would be cruel to have Justin write it all out and then write it all out again with the poem in capitals and then we just move on without Justin submit. I am, but it wouldn't let me post. Ah, you've only got 200 characters. You've only got 200 characters for the chat box, Justin, so it can't be longer than that. I saw that heart come in, so I'm just going to return it. There you go. Too long? Maybe, maybe, maybe. I've also got some upsetting news for Mitch. I've also got some upsetting news for Mitch in part two in the topic. I'm gonna end up. I have to break Mitch's heart in this stream, guys. Can we get an "aw" in the chat? Aw, and a broken heart emoji or something. That's why I went with a haiku because it's short. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. There you go, Tanya. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to break Mitch's heart in this stream. It's gonna be brutal. If Mitch is still here, I don't know if Mitch is still here. Yeah, there. Yeah. No, don't break my heart, bro. I'm sorry. I have to break your heart. I'm gonna have to break your heart in a minute. I'll give it one more minute for the poetry challenge. I know, I know. I'm sorry, bro. Don't go breaking my heart. Justin, maybe try one line at a time. Yeah, I'm still here. Might have to leave now, though. I don't want to hear it. Oh no, we're with you, Mitch. Oh, don't go breaking my heart. Yeah, you got it, John. You got it. Don't break my heart. My achy, breaky heart. Thank you, Delgum. You've given me reason for hope. You're all my yes and never a nope. Your love changed my attitude. I owe you my gratitude. When life comes to push and to shove, you're an angel sent down from above. Nice. Everyone's hugging Mitch. Everyone's coming to Mitch's defense. All right, cool. Let me quickly read these poems out again. Gosh, okay. So the first one was here. Okay. You don't value life until you almost lose yours. Then open your eyes to the world, knowing none owe you to give you another day. Thank you, a poet. And then we had timeless gratitude caresses my speech. I'm new, birds blooming daisies. Nice. The sun, dancing with meddling clouds, warms my face with eyes closed. Thankful for our star to shine, grateful for the path today we chose. Also very nice. And then you've given me reason for hope. You're all my yes and never a nope. Your love changed my attitude. I owe you my gratitude. When life comes to push and to shove, you're an angel sent down from above. Oh, you guys, you always make it difficult. You always make it difficult. I say that like I hate you for it. It's great. It's great because you're all talented poets. But okay. Okay. All right, let's fill the chat with drum roll. I think we have a winner. Oh, we got there's another one. Yours is a love that is true. You saved my life, and for this I thank you. All right. A drum roll, please, everybody. Fill that chat box with drum rolls. Drum rolls. That's what a drum roll sounds like. That's definitely what a drum roll sounds like. All right, drum roll. There we go. Thank you, Genevieve. Thank you, Tanya. Drum roll. Okay. I think for this week, the winner is for a bronze membership to the Cove for a month would be Justin. Thank you so much, Justin. That was really lovely. Great use of rhyme, and sorry for all the effort that you had to go through for doing that. So I will credit your account with a bronze membership to the Cove. But don't worry, we're going to be doing this every week, so there's going to be plenty of opportunity for you to grab a bronze membership over at the Cove. And I'll do that after the stream. So thank you so much for everyone taking part. Let's move on to breaking Mitch's heart. Oh, that rhymes. There you go. Let's move on to part 2, breaking Mitch's heart. That's what I should change the title to. Breaking Mitchell's heart. Conversing with Poet, breaking Mitchell's heart. All right. So I realized when I saw Mitch's name pop up during the break, I suddenly realized that I think we've done senses before on the stream. And the reason I'm pretty sure we have is because I remember Mitch came up with a restaurant idea to do with poetry. And I think that must have stemmed from talking about the senses and poetry. Unless it didn't. No, I don't think it did. It stemmed from it stemmed from doing mixed things, actually. Mixed mediums in poetry. And one of the mixed mediums, one of the mediums was culinary. No, that was about poetry and other art forms. Right. Okay. Thank you, Genevieve. Well done, Justin. I got an ad break right before you announced the winner. YouTube is cruel. I am so sorry about that, a poet. We did go with Justin this time round, but as I say, we do these every week, so there's plenty of opportunity to grab a bronze membership to the Cove. I did too, a poet. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We have moved on to the part where we break Mitch's heart. So I am going to talk about the senses and poetry. And one of my favorite exercises to do is to do with the senses and writing a poem from that. But I came across this article, and in this article, what's the heading? In this article, where verse becomes sustenance, there is a chef that basically makes dishes based on poems. And I remember now that that was a great idea that Mitchell had, a poetry restaurant where the dishes would be based on poems and stuff like that. So I'm really sorry, Mitch, but it looks like someone beat us to it. So that is me breaking Mitch's heart. Sounds like a good band name, Breaking Mitchell's Heart. Yeah. Hello, everyone. We're breaking Mitchell's heart. No, that's all I wanted to say is that there's a chef out there that makes dishes based on poems. So it looks like we've already been beaten to it. Oh, I know, right, Tanya? I know. But anyway, I wanted to talk about how the senses play a part in poetry, whether that's writing poetry or even reading poetry. It's the first yawn of part 2. Even the the part senses play in reading poetry. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Never gave that much thought. So yeah. Oh no, I know. Can I have that with a side of the raven? Right? Yeah, there you go, John. John's gotten into the spirit. One of my favorite exercises to teach, and one of my favorite exercises to do, is sort of a list poem and I I I call the workshop how to write poetry anywhere. And there is a video on this on the channel. I forget what it's called though. Maybe one of the mods can go looking. I'm not sure. I don't know how you'd find it. I don't know what it's called on the channel now, but it's a poetry exercise essentially where I send participants out to go and sit in the space, in the high street, in the park, whatever you like, and you just start writing down what you observe through your senses. So what you see, what you can taste, what you can smell, what you can hear, what you can touch sometimes. And it's a great exercise because really you don't have to do too much other than list the things that you see and somehow weave it and word it in a way that makes it into a poem. I don't ask the participants to go out and make a shopping list. You got to use some sort of poetic language and stuff like that, but it's a great exercise. It's great for grounding. If you've got a lot going on, if your brain is going 10 to the gallon and you need to slow yourself down, or you just need to break some writer's block, it's a great exercise for that. That's the spirit, Mitch. What did Mitch say? No, but does he write the poetry on the plates and cutlery though? I don't think so. So you've still got one up on them. I still think we could make it better. May not be the first ones, but we'll definitely be the best. Yes, absolutely. Let me quickly have a look. Oh, we got an ad. Write poetry anywhere. That's the one. Thank you, Genevieve. So there you go. There's a whole video of me explaining the exercise. Thank you so much, Genevieve. See what I mean, guys? Mod Supreme. Aren't they amazing? Thank you, Genevieve. Yeah, that is the one. So give that a watch. Open that now and pause it and keep it in a tab so that you can watch it after the stream if you like. But it's a really great exercise. It really grounds you. It gets a poem out of you if you're struggling with writer's block or what have you. It's just one of my favorite exercises. So I guess now I kind of want to just discuss the role that senses play in writing poetry, but also I never really thought about it until I said it without thinking. How do they play a part in reading poetry as well? So I throw that over to you, Gary Giles. You tell me, what part do the senses play in writing and reading poetry? I want to know your thoughts. No, that's Mitch. Don't give up on your project. Huh? No, Mitch is a fighter. Mitch, as Mitch says, may not be the first ones, but will definitely be the best. Absolutely, we will. I say we, but this is your idea. This is your idea. You just have us Gary Goals backing you. On opening night, we will form a queue outside and we will have your poetry dishes. Justin, check out the Poetry Code forum here. You guys are great. You guys are the best. And if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you do hit that like button. And if you can, if you want to send a super chat, we haven't had a super chat in this stream just yet. But if you can, if you want to hit super chat, I do have a super chat scene to play. I keep meaning to record a second one. And then you can email me one of your poems and I will read it live on the next stream. And I would really, really appreciate it. I can't do it without you. All you guys are involved too. I need some amazing poems to write and inspire dishes. So would it be like a case of no? I was going to say it would be a case of like you'd have your suit. I don't know too much about the culinary world and kitchens. You've got the chef, right? And you've got a sous chef, like an assistant chef. I think that's what sous chefs are. Could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. And then you'd have like poets in a corner, right, typing up poems for you to put around the dish in sauce or something. Is that what you want? Just like a corner of poets typing up custom poems to go on your dish, written around the edge of the plates in sauce. I got a stomachache from eating alphabet noodles when I go to the bathroom. It might spell disaster. I'm not quite sure where that came from, Mythical Meter. Seems pretty out of the blue, but thank you for sharing. Um, thank you, Mythical Meter, for that one. Yeah. Ba-dum boom. Just as we're talking about Mitchell's restaurant, we're now talking about, yeah, good one. Is that something to do with the senses? I guess so. Yeah, my sense of smell is going off a little bit. Is that the role it plays in poetry? Uh, that was pretty random, but I love it. We do random over here. We love a bit of random. A poetic story made from a culinary poem. Nice. Jabil, hello. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. Always doubtful about topic, how to choose the central idea for the poem. Uh, I don't. Again, I'm not firing on all cylinders tonight. I don't have any tips on how to choose a topic of a poem because uh, that should come from you, I guess. Uh, that's an interesting one. I don't know how to answer that. How to find a topic for a poem? Just be open-minded to the world around you and look at the world through a poet's eyes and look for inspiration anywhere and let the world inspire you, I guess. I'm not sure how I can help you with that one. Something that inspires you, a passion. Yeah, it has to be. People always ask me what makes a good poem, right? I get it asked. I get asked it at least once a week. Oh, there's a spider. Hello. This one's just a small one, though. Not like when I had a big one. Um, every week I get asked what makes a good poem, and I always say the poems that stand out are always the ones that truly come from the heart. Again, it sounds so cliche, it sounds so corny, but it's cliche for a reason because it's true. Um, the ones that are manufactured, and sometimes as poets we have to manufacture a poem. And again, it goes back to the radiator analogy. You've got to bleed the radiator. But the ones that really stand out are the ones that are really written from a real place in somewhere in here. Yeah, head chef and sous chef, the CDP and commis chef. I'll have my chefs making the dishes and get inspiration from poets, famous or not, and I'll pipe it onto the. Nice. You're a legend. Thank you so much, Justin, for that super chat. If you want to email me one of your poems, my email address is contact@adamgary.co.uk and I'll read it on next week's stream. Everyone hit that like button. There you go. Everyone hit that super chat. Thank you so much, Justin. I do genuinely, really, really appreciate it. It all goes towards making the channel better and videos better. So thank you so much. Oh, nice. You're a legend. Now you guys are just spoiling me. Thank you so much, Mythical Meter. Wow, look at that. Two super chats, one after the other. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. I really, genuinely, really, really appreciate it. As I was saying, it all goes into the pot and is reinvested into the channel. It's what got us this cool stream deck and stuff like that. And your memberships, of course. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. The poets can be the wait staff. All right. Something that inspires you. Yeah, you got it, class. Exactly. Anger, frustration usually writes pretty epic poetry. I think it's easier to come up with poetry ideas if you don't rack your brain for an idea. Yeah, the subconscious is powerful. Shower thoughts is a real thing. Shower thoughts and go for walks. When our conscious mind just stops for a little bit, our subconscious will push it through. Trust me. That's why shower thoughts are a thing. The good ones often come to you and may sound strange, but are poems. Yeah, exactly. So, is this not? Maybe this isn't such a great topic. but let's try and at least figure it out a little bit. Let's try and mull it over just a little bit. What do we think about the senses, and what part does the senses play in poetry, both writing and reading? Take a pen and write thoughts. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Keep a notebook. I always say keep your phone on you at all times. Until I went to watch the Dylan film, I've said this story on stream already once before. Until I went to go and watch Bob Dylan, and within 20 minutes of watching that film, an idea for a poem presented itself, and I spent the rest of the film trying not to forget that line. I have since bought a miniature notebook and pen, small pen like this big. It's really cute. So even when I'm in the cinema, I can pull out this and jot it down. Later in the evening, when you're kind of delirious, or early in the morning, just as you're waking up from a dream. Yeah, there's science. I heard there's science behind this. One of the best times to write is as soon as you've woken up. In fact, I wrote my COVID poem, and in our loneliness we come together. I woke up and I started writing. Those were the good old days when I was productive. All right, can we maybe get to 20 likes before the end of the stream? We're almost there. We're almost there. We need 3 more likes. So if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. I would really, really genuinely appreciate it. Depression can be a cruel poetry teacher. Yeah. I actually have the idea of my next chapbook. Not the one that I thought it was going to be. I was going to do one, and I may still do it one day. Probably not actually anymore. But I was going to do one with a yellow cover. That's as much as I'll say. But now I've thought of something else. Um, and I've got 3 titles. I've got 3 titles for the next chapbook. But I don't have the poem. I've got the titles, but not the poem. A completely abstract poem, like the one I wrote earlier, isn't going to have much of an emotional impact. Using concrete details like imagery, senses, makes it more visual and increases the impact. Yeah. It also kind of grounds it, right? If we start using senses, it brings us into the poem. It makes the poem relatable to us. 18 likes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Can we get to 20 by the end of the stream? We got 30 minutes to get a couple more likes. It also makes the poem relatable if we start using senses, because we're all very different, but something we do have in common is our senses. And not even that always, actually, because I have a terrible sense of smell. I don't know what's going on up in here. Clearly not very much, but I have a terrible sense of smell, which sometimes is a good thing, right? But not always. Has anyone noticed? I don't know. Has anyone noticed? I see 19 likes. Oh, 19. I've got 19 likes on my screen as well. Just liked. Thank you so much, Ken, because I do like it. I appreciate it, Ken. Thank you. I don't write much when depressed, but what I have written is actually really good, strong, and emotive. Yeah. What was I saying? I can't smell. Oh yeah, it's so bad. I've noticed now. Sometimes when I really want to take something in on my phone, I go like this. I don't know. That's Is that a 30-year-old thing to do? I see 20. Oh, nice. I see 20 on my side. Okay, it's just doing that thing where for whatever reason, I'm 1 like behind everybody else. So we've hit 20 likes. So thank you so much, everyone. You guys are the best. Whenever I set you guys targets, you always absolutely smash it. And I really appreciate you guys for it. Yeah, let's get that love. Let's celebrate. There you go. There's a lot of love in the chat tonight. My sense of smell is shot thanks to COVID. Right, okay. I don't remember ever having a good sense of smell. Make that 2 likes for me. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. I don't ever remember having a good sense of smell. My hearing is going as well because I listen to my music way too loud. So that's not good. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be the worst poet ever. I'm losing all my senses. I'm losing all of my senses. How am I ever going to write poetry again? Adam suddenly realizing he is getting old in real time. I, yeah, I mean, I've felt old for a long time. I've had shot. My knees are shot. I've had bad knees since I was a teenager. I'm making noises when I go to sit down now. The whole oh, you know, yeah. How is that going to reflect my poetry then? When I played guitar at parties, nice, that's cool. Or whatever, I would ask for a letter A to G and a word or phrase. The letter made the beginning chord, and the word would be the prompt. It just flowed without thinking. That is so freaking cool. Adam old? No way. I'm 33 soon, guys. I'm 33 in May. How did that happen? The passing of time. I know. I know how it literally happened, but where did it go? Writing with Andrew explains. Writing with Andrew is capitalized. So is that a YouTube channel? Writing with Andrew explains show don't tell. That is that is so true with all writing and acting as well, and probably other forms. That's probably. In fact, I would imagine all art forms. I would imagine that applies. Show don't tell is the poetry equivalent of providing evidence for an argument. You don't. You can just say I'm happy, but the reader doesn't want to just take your word for it. Yeah, absolutely. I don't have any sense of smell, and sometimes I think the that can be an asset. Yeah, absolutely. You're still a baby. I don't feel like one. I don't feel like one. Let me tell you. Wait until you make noise getting up from a chair or bed. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I've hit that just yet. 69 and a half. How about you, Justin? Young'un. 48. Now we're just sharing our ages. That's fine. Mm. I love, I love that the stream has now become like, wait until you have this and wait till you have that. Just like progression of time and progression of aging. It's the sense of time. Yeah, love it. I groaned when I typed 48, right? Oh, yeah. For me, it's filling out forms online on the websites, and you got to put your date of birth in, and that your birthday year is getting further and further down the list. Oh, Justin, I make noise up and down, but my job is taxing on my body, so I blame that. Yeah, of course, of course. Oh, dear. I love, I love how I've got on my whiteboard senses as the topic, and we've barely really touched on senses, other than how we've all lost our senses due to age, and now we're just talking about aging, and that's what makes these streams so fun, is that they just go off in any direction, and it is what it is. 33 is a great year. No comment. I hope so. I hope so. I guess technically I'm not 33 yet. So yeah, 33 will be a great year. Absolutely. See how much you've grown when you get to 71. Okay, I think we have a winner there. I think 71 is the winner. Who you calling old, a poet? Wait, what? More years means more life experience to me. Why do people hate being old? Plus, if Adam is a baby, I'm just a thought. I don't think I had the greatest of scenes to start with. 62. They're all great years when you consider the alternative. Oh, hang on. Hang on. We need to appreciate what Mythical Meter just said, because that is brilliant. They are all great years when you consider the alternative. You, sir, deserve a round of applause. I like that. Except I don't have an applause emoji. There's definitely an applause emoji. What if I put clap? There you go. Yeah. Oh, I gotta choose a color. There you go. That's for you, Herb. You're as old as you feel. Sometimes I feel like a 20-year-old when I'm out, but the next day I feel 90. Gosh, I mean, I don't drink now. I think I'm sober for like 3 years now. I don't know how long. I stopped keeping count. Do I still have the app? I deleted the app as well. I think I'm sober for 3 years now. I don't know how I would cope with a hangover these days. Yeah, I'm gonna read that one more time just so the people in the back hear it because that was spot on. Mythical meter, spot on. Let me get to it. I've lost it. And it won't let me scroll. They are all great years when you consider the alternative. um, Mythical Meter should put that on a t-shirt for sure. That is amazing achievement, Adam. Thank you, Danny. Danny. True, every year gets better, but sometimes you wonder how it feels down there. Well, that was fun. That was a fun little. Yeah, but I don't have this sense, and yeah, wait until you lose this. I love it. I love it. Sometimes it's like the last stream. The last stream we did, I think it was like not today, not the ride along. We did Poets in the Shed. It was just a casual one, and we just spoke about the paranormal for two, not the full 2 hours. I think it was about an hour and a half. We spoke about the paranormal. Um, Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it's great, to just hang out and talk about random things. I can't hear you. What was that? No, don't say that because then I was like, wait, have I muted myself? You guys know what I'm like. I will mute myself and completely forget. And I remember there was one stream. Hey, wait, I've come off of mods chat. Let me go back into mods chat. Oh no, sorry. Oh, wait. Um, I think it's okay, Genevieve. Sorry, I didn't see that. I think it's okay, Genevieve. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. I didn't see anything in that. But thank you for bringing it to our attention. Um, I can't hear you. Yeah, there was a stream when uh oh, I see. I get it now. I get it. I didn't understand it. Now I see what you're saying. What was the longest time you were talking when you were actually on mute? Yeah, sorry, that went over my head. I didn't get that at first. Thanks, Genevieve. But I think we're okay. I think we're okay. What? Sorry, having a complete separate conversation. My bad, guys. What was the longest time you were talking when you were actually on mute? There was one stream. Please do a meet and greet tour. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I would do that. I don't know how I would do that. That would be cool though. That would be cool. That is something I've wanted to do. Not necessarily a meet and greet tour, but definitely like a poetry tour, like live events, and then meet you guys before or after the show or something. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know how I would do that though, but that has always been something on my mind. That would be really cool to do. Maybe one day, right? Maybe one day. What was the longest time you were talking when you were actually on mute? There was there was a stream not too long ago. I think it was like September. Ah, I really need to shave. It's getting itchy. There was a stream not too long ago where I think I did the whole intro and then some. I did the whole intro and I was really amped up. I was like, "Hello everyone, welcome to the stream." Blah, 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 blah. And I think it was like a minute and a half I was going for, and then I saw that I think it was Genevieve that put in the chat, "You're muted." I was like, oh, I don't know if anyone remembers that. But yeah, John, that would really be cool. Us mods were going crazy in the background. Yeah, yeah. Do you remember that, guys? Do you remember that one? Damn, I was thinking if you did like an hour or so pre-recorded. Oh, I've recorded a whole video. I have done this once. I recorded a whole video where I don't know if I was muted or the sound wasn't very loud. I've certainly recorded a whole half a video. I've recorded it, right? I've pressed the button on the camera and done like half of the video and then pressed the button to stop recording and then it come up recording. So essentially what I'm saying is I recorded an entire half of a video thinking it was recording when it wasn't recording at all. I've done that a few times. Poetry buskin. Oh bless you, Mythical. What did Mythical say? Why am I suddenly not able to scroll up? Class, I did a tech presentation for the team, 40 minutes on mute. They told me it was my best meeting. Oh no, mystical meter, mythical meter. Oh no, I've knocked my nose and now I need to sneeze. As I said, it's hay fever season. I don't know. I need to sneeze and then the yawn came. I don't know if you have that in the States, hay fever, or if you call it something else, maybe just allergies. I know you have it, but I don't know if you have that term hay fever. Sounds frustrating. I told you that it was your best meeting yet. Spring is tree pollen time. Yep, and I get it really bad with the trees, but thankfully, I only get it with the trees. Once the trees are done, I'm good. But I know some people who have it the whole summer. They get it with the grass and the flowers and everything. You use hay fever in Canada? Yes, it's common in Tennessee. Do you call it hay fever though? Is that what you guys call it? I feel like allergies is more common, but hay fever isn't a totally unknown term. Okay, cool. And allergies. Majority, but there's also a lot of different. What? I'm not sure what I mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by that, class. As in, like, there's lots of different terms for it. Lots of different terms for it. My nose is. I see. I literally just knocked my nose a little bit like that, and now it's streaming and it's tickling me, and it's going crazy with their own terms. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. I think my head just. No, no, no. Is that's okay. That's okay. Sorry, we're just having a quick chat in the mod group chat. I don't mean to be rude. But no, you're good, Genevieve. That was well spotted. It went completely over my head. So, well spotted. You don't need to. It's all good. Yeah, exactly as Danny said. Yeah. Well, it's been great talking to you guys. I guess we'll wrap up there. Thank you for thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the super chat so much, Justin and Mythical Meter. It does really, really mean a lot. Thank you to all of you for being here. Again, thank you. It does really, really mean a lot. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. We spoke about, did we speak about senses? I mean, just about we spoke about senses. We talked about the revival of poetry forms and stuff like that. Um, we had a great poetry challenge. Justin, I will credit your account on the Poetry Cove. Uh, yeah, and we had so many news bulletins as well, which was great. So I appreciate that. Adam, you're the best. No, I don't know about that, my friend. Um, I really appreciate you guys, and you guys make this enjoyable for me, and I love you guys for it. I love all the support that you guys have shown me recently. It means so much. Um, I will film Tuesday's video tomorrow because today has been a busy day on the channel. We had a short and two streams, so I haven't really had time to film Tuesday's video, but I'll do that tomorrow. Once again, a great stream. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. I really genuinely appreciate it. Before we go, can we just give the mods another huge thank you in the chat? Because they really do, they deserve it. They do so much, honestly, guys. They do so much. They're great with the links, but they do so much behind the scenes that you guys don't see. So also a huge shout out to our amazing mods. And look at that, we hit 22 likes just before we sign off. So thank you so much. I'm not going to sign off until we get that love in the chat for our mods, though. Have a great week and all be safe and well. You too, Delgal. You too. Lots of Gary Girl love. Yeah, mods. Yeah, absolutely. We love you, mods. And I love you guys. And as I say, I'll see you in the comment section of Tuesday's video. Mod Squad. I like that. 100%. Yeah, Mod Squad. 100%. Excellent. All right. Good night, guys, or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Maybe even good morning. Thanks. Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. All the best. Have a great week ahead. And I'll see you this time next week, if not before.